Hey y'all, guess what time it is? It's the Grolic Saves the World time.
All right, the Grolic saves the world.
That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
We're getting fixed, our worries are nixed. Let's have some cake. While the Grolic saves the world. We're getting fixed, our worries are nixed. Let's have some cake. While the Grolic saves the world. We're getting fixed, our worries are nixed. Let's have some cake. While the Grolic saves the world.
Hello and welcome back to the Grolic Saves the World, your favorite podcast that you listen to. And if that's not the case, no need to correct us. We'll
just don't
assume
say anything.
that's the way it is.
Yeah.
Don't say anything. Don't make it weird. My name's Adam Caton Holland.
I'm Ben Roy.
And I'm Andrew Orbital.
Yeah.
This is a podcast where we better the world around us by bettering ourselves through passive-aggressive self-help challenges, which we will get to a little bit later. But I wanted to give you guys an update about a previous challenge that we've done.
Oh,
Can
shit,
you guess what it is?
You have...
You went and saw Fast 9.
Yes.
How
No,
is it?
I would not dishonor the friendship like that.
you did your first jiu-jitsu tourney. You got into a tournament. Tell me you medaled, Adam. Tell me you
I got
some
into
hardware.
a tournament in Sao Paulo. I flew there,
What?
competed, didn't medal, but earned respect.
Yeah.
and I'm invited back next year.
They like when the gringos come down there and just get the dog shit beat out of them.
Well, it shows I respect where the art and the sport comes from.
Congratulations.
This was
Boha.
do you remember way back when we did a challenge where we kind of paid it forward with kindness? We did random acts of kindness.
Yeah,
right.
man.
And we went around looking for them like sad men.
Yes, I
who
scared
just
a
need to
family
sort of-
trying to buy their child ice
get,
cream.
get their karma. But they were more fun when they just presented themselves to you. So one presented itself to me the other day. I was at the Colorado Rockies game with Malcolm and my dad. And Malcolm wanted a hot dog. And so we went to the concession stand, and there were like two boys, probably 9 years old, 10 years old, in line in front of me. And they were ordering just drinks, just soda pops. And they had their parents' credit card. And you could tell they were like excited to be grown-ups and be like buying something with a credit card on their own. I'm sure their parents was like, just come back to the seats. And the kid working the register like couldn't figure it out. The card kept getting declined. They were just like, he couldn't figure it out. And the kids were just sitting there like, I don't know what to do. They just wanted their drinks. So I stepped up. I said, I got their drinks, dudes. No worries. I'll get these guys drinks. And they were like, hey, thanks, mister. And then they ran off to peer through a knothole at the game because it was 1921.
Yeah.
Wow. Ben Adam fell for the oldest scam in the
book,
fucking
you
book.
stupid
Oh my
bastard.
God. These street urchins, they
The
get a hold
old-
of a credit card out of somebody's trash can. They're
knew
getting
it.
free sodas for life because of rubes
old-
like you.
Fake Southwest Visa scam.
Yeah. Can you believe
It
that?
gets better. I step up to the register with my good deed in my back pocket. I order a hot dog. The dude takes my card, declined. And I go, dude, I just paid for something an hour ago with this card. Clearly something's wrong with your thing. Can I pay cash? I have cash. And the guy was like, I don't know how to take cash. He was kind of an idiot. He called his superior over. She didn't know how to
This
work
is
the
a
card.
random moment of kindness.
She didn't know how to take cash. Neither one of them knew how to take cash. And so the woman said, are you buying those kids drinks? And I said, yes, I am. And she goes, just take it all. It's all free. So like immediately my good deed was just paid forward. I didn't have to pay for their drinks or the hot dog because of the dependable ineptitude of the Colorado Rockies staff.
And I gotta say, big shout out to Aramark Foods for just doing the Lord's work out there. As far as I'm concerned, tip of the spear. You know what I
Totally.
mean? They're out there fighting the good fight.
Immediate return on my good deed.
I
Free hot
do
dog.
love the idea that Andrew presented that these two kids are just thieves. Like
Running a grift?
just running a real.
And it's for soda pops. Somehow they got into a baseball stadium, but the real scam is the free soda pops.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They'll do this at fairs, concerts. So anyway, that was my act of kindness.
Well, good on you, man. That was cool. I mean, helping a couple kids get their sugar fix after they clearly stole a credit card. That's
love it.
Now I'm
America.
rethinking it.
Let's talk about Ben's voice. Ben, you surely had a show recently, or
Yes,
else
but-
you're morphing into the mightiest boss tone.
Yeah. Have you ever
More like Dickie Best. Dickie Best.
Hey, that's a hell of a hat that you're wearing. It goes real well with yeah. No, Spells played this weekend. First show back in 15 months. That was our first show since.
Really? I thought you had a show like last month.
We did, but that was a private party. This was our first public show. Like,
So there were sex acts and whatnot at the private.
yeah,
party.
so, cucking as they call it. They do
Yeah,
call
Spells is a huge cuck band.
We're
Yeah.
full of cucks.
America's foremost pop punk cuck band. Spells.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But it was a blast, and it was good to. And I just didn't even try to sing properly or anything. I just screamed my face off because I was so excited. So
Unlike the normal Spell show, where you're more like a songbird that has alighted on, a bit of a cattail for a song.
A buttery crooning, Rat Pack-esque.
is this why you guys asked me why my voice was like this? Because you knew what I was.
You're just curious. You're just curious.
I just wanna know.
curious.
Can we get to the
All right, well, I think
fucking
everyone's been
challenge?
taken down a peg. Have we shat on Andrew? Because I've been shat on. Ben, you just got shat on. Andrew, fuck
I'm ready
you.
for the challenge, and I brought one. So let's just keep the show moving.
Oh,
we don't have to.
people don't
we
have
don't have to-
video, so every time is a time to shit on Andrew because he is always podcasting from the roomiest coffin on the planet. Given how
Also,
much
Andrew
time.
had one of those ring lights, and it went out.
Yes.
And I got to tell you, I can't tell the fucking difference. Ghoulish both ways.
his onion skin does pop through.
Onion skin.
You
Oh.
are both white and
like
yellow
layers?
onion all at the
He
same
is
time.
white and white but yellow.
Yes, it's a weird combo.
It's an onion. You nailed it.
Jaundice chic. So what are we doing for this challenge? Because I know Andrew said you came.
I brought one. I
Yeah,
brought
he
one.
said he
got
you
one.
said you got
Here's
one.
my idea. I think maybe this is just me. This is something that just plagues me. But over the summer, I've just amassed a laundry list of home improvement shit that I am not doing. It's just It's just yep. I have not been binging the hit Tim Allen
Powders,
series Home
T-shirts.
Improvement, and I used to like it as a kid, and I want to get back into it, and I really let it.
Challenge accepted. We watched the entire Home Improvement series over the course of 1 week.
Done. Oh my God. No, that's not the challenge, and I am not doing that.
Sorry, I got to get to it. Clock's ticking.
You'd get to see your precious JTT. It could be worth it for you.
And that kid from Colorado, the older brother's from Colorado, whatever his name is. Anyway, I don't know why I remember that, but I do.
He is the older brother is
Yeah.
yeah.
So here's what I pitch for a challenge. Let's start tackling some of these nagging home improvement projects.
That's actually a good. It is a good idea because they pile up and they create stress.
And then you don't know where to start. You have too much, and then you don't know.
And then you just let because I know my roommate and I. She works a ton, and
Somebody has to in that house.
Yeah, man.
I've been gone. I've been absentee.
Yeah, I've seen your Instagram. I know you've been hard at work at the sweat mines.
Yeah. I thank you, Andrew. I have been busy as well, and I was gone for almost 3 weeks out doing shows, and our yard. I have always lived in apartments because I fucking hate yard work. Like, I just do not want to maintain a yard. I had a house at one point that I rented, and I was everybody in the neighborhood hated my fucking guts because the weeds I just don't like doing yard work. I hate that.
Dude,
And-
it's so dumb. I have a bit about this, but I agree with you 100%. Keeping a kept yard is the dumbest idea to me. Like, check it out. I recreated a diorama of one of the world's most boring landscapes. Who gives a shit? Yeah, like, my grass is tall. Who gives a fuck? Like, it's still usable.
gives a shit. My grass is tall.
But
Well,
my-
not to mention that it's all non-native too. It's like I need my Kentucky bluegrass and like
Yeah.
water during a drought. If you, God forbid, you have a shitty lawn.
I don't understand it as a concept, but everyone on my block loves their lawn and yard work. Oh boy, their lawns are so fucking perfect, and they hate me for my shitty, scraggly lawn. But
My roommate and I did let some things. A tree did tip over in the front yard, and we just
tip over.
Yeah, it was just leaning over in the front yard. So that should probably be corrected to a standing position. And then the backyard has just become like those we have in Colorado, those types of weeds that turn into trees in about like 3 days. I don't
Dude,
know.
I've got those are in my backyard. They're like 9 feet tall.
Yeah, they're fucking crazy. And if you don't pull them, they'll the root systems get around everything.
Yeah.
So
it's just that lawn work, but home ownership in general, dude. It's just like, because Andrew owns his place, I own my place. It just adds up, and right whenever you think you're on top of it, something breaks, and you're just like, cool, finally got this ship running well. Something fucking breaks. Like it's never, especially if you have an old home. So I hear you. I got tons of to do.
Ben, do you and your roommate rent, or does your roommate own the place?
No, my roommate owns this place.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, your landlord should be out there cleaning out that fucking tree and shit.
So I moved in as the worst tenant ever in the sense that I don't like doing yard work. And granted, we have a very small, like they're row homes, so like we just have this little small area in the back. But I've been thinking like tackling that as a project. I think would, because we have a hammock back there, but the weeds have grown up through it and everything. And I'm like, I'd like to lay in that hammock, but I'm afraid if I do now, I'll get stung by the thousands of wasps that reside back there right now. So
okay, so is this challenge just do something at your house that you've been neglecting, or is it like
get out
of your comfort zone? Because like I'm far from fucking handy. I have many projects that I have to like hire someone to do because I will fuck.
You're
it
a
up.
little handy, Adam. Come on.
you're handsy for sure. I mean,
I like you guys, and I like letting you know that I like you guys.
It should be something that, I guess it should be challenging in that you put it off for a reason. You just don't want to do it. Here's what I'm going to do. Are we saying what we're going to do now?
I don't think so. I think we should just go do it, because I was thinking a good component could be, and maybe Ben could do this with his roommate. I'm going to ask Katie, what project do you want done that's like sitting around?
Oh,
that
the
needs to be done?
infamous and
see.
outdated honeydew list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sweet. It's late summer. They're
score
right.
a little points with the old wife in the process. Man, you
don't know,
are
it just
really
feels like-
multi-using this podcast.
Listen, I'm trying to save my life with this podcast, guys. This is serious for me.
All right. So, well, how about we do this? Let's take a break. We know what we're going to do. Let's tackle
Do we? We're going to go do chores?
Yeah, we're going to tackle. No,
It's a
not a
home
chore.
impro-
I'm not
it's a-
talking about sweeping the kitchen. This is like a home improvement.
Yeah,
Home
like a
improvement.
big, like a
If you have a
tackle
tree fall
project.
down in your yard, remove that fucking tree. Like you have
Got
to
it.
do like an actual home improvement. It's
I
not
see what
doesn't mean
you're
clean your house. It doesn't mean like a regular ass chore. This is something that needs genuinely
be-
fixed or upgraded in your house.
Got it.
Yeah,
Can
or
do.
correct.
And you're doing it. You're not hiring your friend Sean to do it, Adam.
Can I consult with Sean?
Not unless you've already gotten yourself into a pickle.
Fine. I'm still going to consult with Sean.
Okay. How about we do this? Let's take a break. Let's listen to some stand-up comedy, and let's listen to some comedy from our most recent live Grawlix show. It takes place the last Saturday of every month right here in beautiful Denver, Colorado at the Bug Theater. You should come see one. This is a clip from the hilarious Gabby Gutierrez Reed. So enjoy, and when we come back, we're going to be living in a better living situation because we've improved it. You also sound like Scooby-Doo, which is cool.
Yeah,
You're kind of doing
we
two
will have solved
impressions
the
at
crime.
once.
We will have solved the crime when we come back.
I don't know how to bring this up. I masturbated in my sleep recently. It happened, yeah. It's weird though, because like it wasn't a sex dream. It was a job interview. Yeah. They were like, you got the job, and we had to fire a man to do it. And I was like, I'm coming. It was amazing. Do you remember the first time you masturbated? Nobody? Okay, I'll share. I'll share. I was doing yard work. My mom would make me do yard work every weekend. I was bent over pulling weeds, and my heel just hit me the right way. And I was like, okay, I'm listening. That was also the day I found out that I'm a hard worker. Got multiple jobs done that day.
Get out of the trenches of tedious tasks like managing order fulfillment and start growing your business with ShipStation. They'll help increase profitability by automating your workflow with their simple, easy-to-use dashboard. With it, you can pretty much do everything you need to quickly and easily. Update order information, print labels, compare rates, optimize shipments, and even set up automatic delivery notifications. And it doesn't matter where you sell. Amazon, Etsy, eBay, Shopify, ShipStation can integrate pretty much anywhere online. Another great thing about ShipStation? They can help reduce costs with industry-leading discounted rates from some of the biggest mail carriers. You might even be able to get up to 89% off USPS and UPS rates. So, make this year your most profitable one yet. Sign up for your free 30-day trial at ShipStation.com and use the code Spotify. That's ShipStation.com with the code Spotify.
Welcome back, everyone. Through the magic of podcasting, it is now 1 week later, and we have improved our homes. You might say it's home improvement, Ben.
I mean, I think you're assuming that I improved the home.
Make the noise, Ben.
Oh.
That's all people wanted to hear. What you don't understand is our fans, Grawlix Nation, has made this a drinking game. And now every time Ben they drink during this episode.
Yeah.
So it's about how much fun do you want our fans to have, Ben?
He was so insufferable. Even as a kid, I was like, this guy sucks. Like, Al, his co-host on this show, was so much better. Like, I was like, I wish the show would just follow Al. I fucking hate this guy.
Al Borland?
Let's rewrite it. Let's write Al Borland, guys.
Yeah, the guy who you never saw his face, that running gag. Even that guy,
like
more enjoyable than Tim Taylor.
Wilson,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah,
it was Wilson. He was named after the
volleyball in Castaway.
Volleyball in Castaway. Yeah.
Hollywood's very interconnected like that. And when you spend some time there, you'll learn, as we have, that everything's linked. Every project's related.
Unlike Andrew, fucking loved that show. And
No, I watched it. I just, even as a kid, I was like, this dude, Tim Taylor, sucks.
Oh, I liked Tim the
You like Tim
Toolman
Taylor? Nah,
I
not
liked
me.
his
Do you
wife.
guys remember a young Pamela Anderson on that show?
I
'Cause
do.
I don't.
Yeah, well, she was the Binford girl.
Baywatch. She was. She
was
was.
the
And then
Binford
Oh, yeah,
Tools
now I
girl.
vaguely
Catapulted
remember
her.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I
It
wanted a
catapulted
set
her.
of Binford tools. I grew up in Maine, and I just so wanted to be masculine. And I thought that maybe having tools would make me masculine.
Which is why to this day, you have one of the biggest tool sheds I've ever seen.
It's a very unused, but Ben just acquires tools.
I actually changed directions and tried to become one of the biggest tools possible.
Yeah, why amass tools when you yourself can be forged into the
When I
ultimate
become
tool?
A tool.
A tool.
I like it.
And I
it's
think-
certainly a cleaner, more streamlined way of living.
I know a lot of people say you are a tool. I'm Ratchet. That's what the kids say. My son's been calling me Ratchet. I don't
There's
know
no
what
way
that
that they
means.
say that. There's no way kids say ratchet.
What do you mean? What?
Do they really say that
They
still? I feel
do,
like that's
yeah.
a-
They say that.
What?
Yeah,
Oh, wow,
I think
I thought-
so. They also say, it's the bomb titties.
That checks out.
Your son has been saying that?
No, yo, that's the bomb titties.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now you're sounding like kids.
Yeah.
Anyway,
exactly.
speaking of tools,
Yeah.
how did your home improvement challenge go, Ben?
Yeah, let's start with Ben because we have a hint that he did some yard work.
Yeah, and I gotta say,
let's find out.
I fucking still hate yard work. There's
No.
so much dirt and grass, and it's
That is
itchy.
kind of the key two ingredients of a yard.
It's itchy, and that's the part that I don't like. It gets. And there's bugs and shit. I don't know how many times I'm like, yeah, what is that? I'm not an outdoorsy person. I think we know this about myself. I grew up in the outdoors in Maine, spent a lot of time outdoors as a kid, and I'm not a fan of it anymore. I like the city life. But I did do some projects. So I told you all in the first half about our limp tree, the tree that had tipped over in our front yard.
You didn't describe it as such, but
There's
yeah.
a limp
It is
tree. Yeah,
a
you got to check your
flaccid-
soil. I don't know what's
flaccid fir.
happening.
Flaccid fir tree. That's the breed, the brand. What do they call trees? Brands.
Yeah, they definitely brands. Hey, what brand of tree is that? That's some real late stage capitalism shit.
It's a Monsanto.
It's an Amazon. It's from an Amazon. I got it overnighted.
What brand? I don't know. Breed. And so I don't know what breed of tree this is, but it had limped over and it was just arched.
That's
and,
so sad.
and
Like a
so-
cartoon Christmas tree or something.
Yeah. Adam, do your Peanuts Christmas.
Christmas time again.
It's so
So what'd you do with this limp tree?
So my roommate and I, Sarah, got together and we got some rope and some twine, and we stood this thing back straight up to try to train it to stand back up on the roots again.
Oh, so you
Hey,
saved
okay.
it. Okay.
Yeah, but we have fastened it to the gas meter. So I'm not entirely sure that Excel Energy is going to be all that excited with us.
I love it.
Neither of
Wait,
us
like just tied it to the back, kind of like.
to the
one of-
pipes that go into the
Yeah, yeah,
gas
yeah.
meter and
Sure.
stuff like that.
I think that's fine.
I think
That's
that-
fine.
Yeah. We were going to fasten part of it to our sprinkler posts and stuff, but we have a cage around that because you have to in the city or people will steer the copper wiring. And the copper
I
out of
love
your
Denver.
sprinkler
Ugh.
system. So we have this unsightly green cage in our front yard that contains the components for the sprinkler system. Because now the tree is standing straight up, and I will post photos of the job we did. But I don't know how it's going to take. I mean, this thing was tipped over for a while, so I think it's going to.
Well,
be,
you gotta email Excel Energy. They'll let you know how it's going.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They'll
I'm
update
thinking
you.
the gas meter guy will let me know how the root system is doing when he comes
You
by.
probably
I
get a
had-
card saying, "Hey, thanks" from Excel Energy.
Yeah.
the
Unsightly droopy tree.
yeah, the flaccid fern is the make and model.
I had to do that with my sunflowers. I tied them all up because same thing. They were just drooping all over the place. So I gave them a boost. I tied them up with some yarn, and they seem happy.
Oh, do you have like those mega tall ones? Like
Yeah, and I don't even plant the sunflowers. I had one last year, and I was like, "Oh, cool! I got like a volunteer sunflower." And then this year, just shitloads of sunflars. So
fuck, dude, Alice in Wonderland type shit.
yeah,
Your yard is eccentric.
that's such a nice way of putting it.
Volunteer sunflower sounds like a fucking Boy Scout troop for like Montessori kids. Like these are the volunteer sunflowers.
Totally.
And
Yeah.
they go out and they tie up sunflowers around the community. Just
Did you
like
get your
the
volunteer
sweetest group
sunflower
of
badge?
Yeah.
Totally. The most
Sweetest
sensitive
group of
kids,
kids.
possible.
Yep.
I have to wonder
Volunteer
though
sunflowers.
what the dandelions in my yard think that I kill all the time. I pick them out and I throw them on the driveway to wither and die, which seems a little spiteful, but I'm just so tired of the dandelions. But then the
They gotta
dandelions have to watch these sunflowers just going wild in my
Well,
yard.
they're like,
And
why
it's-
don't you pick on someone your own size?
yeah, they're like,
That's
these
what the
sunflowers are just as invasive as us. They also make yellow flowers. You didn't plant them. What the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you're
Sorry, Van Gogh didn't paint us, putting an affinity in your head.
Yeah, exactly.
It's true,
Sorry,
though.
my leaves are a little prickly. Jesus, you pussy, put on some gloves.
Well, he is
right.
irate this
He
morning.
sure is. So, Ben, that's great. Like, it
Yeah,
sounds like
I-
these were long overdue projects.
I
How
did
long
that.
did it take you to do?
I did the
How long
tree, and then I went in the backyard, which was overgrown with about like 3 foot tall weeds coming up through the hammock and through the pavement and everything. And I took all that down, weed whacked that down, mowed it down, weeded our boxes that were back there because there's this beautiful rose bush, but that's been taken over. In Colorado, we have these vines too that grow along the ground and then up over the
Oh
fence.
man, those things are so
Those things
tenacious.
they're all over my garden. For
Yeah,
sure.
they tore our fence down. They knocked the fence over. That's how strong they are. They like actually will pull an object like a fence over, like a big wooden fence. So the fence is now back, like standing straight with posts. And then I pulled a lot of those weeds and cleaned the box out around the rose bush. It's not perfect yet, but I think I'm going to keep working on it. I want to say at one point I had to go get gloves because I needed a thicker glove to deal with the thorns and stuff from
Yeah.
those vines. And I went to a hardware store and I felt pretty masculine. I went
Oh,
in
yeah, dude.
and I had a,
where are the gloves?
and I
Hold
had
on,
a,
I'm distracted by this candy up front.
I came in. I just leave with so much Laffy Taffy and forget the gloves.
They always have candy up front.
Yeah, they
Look,
do.
I could have a caramel out of a jar. Why not?
Yeah, I went and I walked in and the guy behind the counter was an old grizzled old guy and he was like, "Morning," and I was like, "Hey, how are you?" And then I just walked and got my gloves and he, "How you doing? Hardly working." You know, or whatever. I said something folksy like that.
Mondays. Don't
Yeah.
talk to me. Haven't had my coffee.
Yeah, and I got the gloves and he had a pack of Pall Malls. We went outside. We smoked cigarettes for about half an hour together.
Well, we kind of reverse engineered this because Ben's been looking for a mentor for a while.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you may
And
have
I
found
tell
one.
you what, Gil is that guy. Gil is that guy. Well, his kids don't talk to him anymore.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And
I know how that goes.
On account of a long haul trucker. You know, and we knew a lot of the same people from me working out, you know, at the
Flying J days.
And, yeah,
Yeah, sure.
and so, which God, you remember those times? But
I
anyway,
do.
yeah.
Dark days.
I actually found though that getting over the hump of starting to do yard work is the biggest thing for me. I'm just like, fuck, what's the fucking point? It's just gonna, like, I don't give a fucking shit about this. But then once I start doing it, I actually enjoy it. There's something kind of cathartic. I popped on tunes and listened to music and worked up a pretty good sweat out back. And then I like to stand back and I'm like, whoa, that looks so much better. You know, there is some
You
kind
can
of,
see the improvement. Yeah, I
Yeah.
do a lot of yard work, and I used to fight it, but now I like it. There's kind of a zen unthinking. You're just like
Yeah.
doing the chore and not really thinking about
and I
anything
know
else.
people are listening like, what asshole. Like, this is how you're bettering the world around you by doing yard work, something that people do for a job or do on the regular. I legitimately just don't own space where I have to do that. Like, I live in apartments because I don't want to do that. And I don't want to take up a bunch of space. But I do. I did like this process and it was good. And I'm going to continue working on this. I want to plant some flowers back there and stuff.
I
So-
love that, dude. See, and it de-stressed your life. I'm
Yeah,
sure
it
your
is.
roommate appreciated
It was a
And
great
now you're Like,
afternoon.
well, shit, I could do more of this.
Yeah. What about you guys? Who's next? Who did what? Adam?
Well, I asked my wife what chore she wanted completed because we got a lot of shit that stacks up. They were always trying to just like tick it off, and we do pretty well. But so we have these planter boxes out front that are just sort of attached to the staircase, and they're full of dirt. And we tried planting flowers in there, but like it doesn't drain properly. And so my friend Sean, the aforementioned Sean, who's a handyman but also used to run the Orange Cat Studios where we did Los Comicos Super Hilariosos, good dude. But he's a real man to my fake man. He can do things I can't do things. He's a builder. He's a general contractor. So anytime I have home shit, I'm like, Sean, can you help me do this or tell me how to do this? Anyway, when he saw we were planting flowers in there, he's like, why are you putting water in this? It's just going to ruin the brick and fall apart. And we're like, oh, yeah, good point. And so it also, Malcolm picks up the dirt and throws it all over the place. So Katie wanted that dirt taken out and then maybe filled with cement so we could put planters on top of it, or other houses would put statues or something up.
What,
Just
dude?
like
Did you do
entranceway
cement
shit.
work?
I cheated on the challenge. I called Sean. I said because
Specifically, the one thing that we said you can't do.
Well, I was just gonna ask him how hard is it to cement shit. I know they have quick drying cement. I could go to Home Depot and get it, whatever. But he's pointed out to me. He said, I live in like a historic district. He's like, that's very permanent. You might not be allowed to do that, and you don't do that. Basically, is what he said. He's like, you could pull it off, but it's just doesn't make sense. So then we got creative. We dug all the dirt out, and we have this big stack of bricks, just orange bricks like my house color, that have been sitting around from when they did my garage renovation. And then we did a very fun, satisfying puzzle of like fitting all these bricks in there so that it's now full of bricks, looks nice, there's an even surface that you can then place things on top of. So we just kind of, you can take the bricks out if you want to. We
So
haven't
you
mortared
called
them.
Sean, but you worked on it with him.
I called
Sean just basically told you
Sean
what you
said,
wanted to do was a bad
don't
idea.
Cement.
Yeah.
He said don't use cement right now because it's too permanent and you might not be allowed to. So then we just problem solved, and Katie and I remembered the brick, and we went and made it look. And it's not like perfect, but function over form. It works. It looks good.
I like it.
And
it
now,
used existing shit that you already
used
had
existing
laying around.
bricks I had around, and there's a few little spaces. It's not a perfect puzzle, but I'm learning by looking up. Brick's pretty easy if you find the fault line to like tap, 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 and sort of create the size you need. So now, second part of this project is I'm going to like do that. I'm going to try to like cut brick or borrow.
Yeah,
a
you could
friend's
put in you could put a
saw.
pattern in there, like a herringbone pattern or something.
I don't think I'd do anything that fancy, but I'll post pictures for our Patreon. There's just like little tiny.
Buckle up,
cracks.
Patreon, because here come some
Here comes
pictures.
some brick photos.
I've got a
I
photo
don't know if you
of-
guys are going
I've
in at
got-
a high rate because we have 3 levels, but this is a level.
I mean,
3.
if you want these
Yeah.
pictures of the brick,
If you want the
and
pictures of the brick,
if you're
really,
lucky,
it's an
Ben might
absence of brick.
go up front and get a picture of this tied up tree.
I did get video of the tree and of me working in the backyard and the debris I cleared out of it.
Are you shirtless? Can you at least give us some skin?
I'll get something of me on that hammock, something tasteful. I'll get something
So anyway-
tasteful up there of me on the hammock.
Task completed, and it's 100% a task I would have outsourced.
How long did it
before.
take you to do that?
The digging out the dirt took a while. That took probably about an hour. But Malcolm helped me. He got his little shovel. We just
Heck
dug all
yeah,
the dirt
that's cool.
into the compost bin, and then the brick took a while because it was like it was a puzzle. You had to figure out which way they went best, and it was just hoping it worked. So probably all said and done, 3 hours.
Okay. And
3 hours
Katie
of work.
didn't cave your head in with a brick, so you guys got along with it.
Katie got it. She likes puzzles. She did one. I did one. It was fun.
That strikes me as a type of thing she would like. She's super smart and very it strikes me as something she would like to do.
She liked games and puzzles, and I never play games. I don't like board games. We've discussed this. So
Yeah.
it was a fun, like, hey, we're doing a puzzle type thing together. It was fine.
Yeah,
It was
neither
great.
of us do. You and I don't because we're adults. But Andrew, on the other hand, he loves that shit. And
Games are just forced family fun. That's what I
Yeah.
think of when I think of games. It's like a family trying to connect.
well, and Andrew would have come over and made the brick thing like a game. He would have made one of the bricks a sorcerer.
100%.
I'm not going to take any of this bait.
And he would have made another brick an ogre, and he would have been like, "Oh, I'm
Old
gonna-
West werewolf brick.
You know that all this sounds fine and cool. All this sounds fine and cool.
Andrew, what was your? What
yeah,
did you do for
Andrew,
your
you came up
home
with this.
improvement?
You now, you're
Okay, well, this is embarrassing to admit how bad I let this get, but my kitchen faucet somehow broke over the summer. I don't know how it broke, maybe old age or something, where first it lost water pressure, like it was just like very weak, and then it it started spraying water out from like minuscule cracks like in the housing of the kitchen faucet, which at first it was just a little bit. It would just be like a little random little side spray, but I
Yeah,
just let it
like a
go
post,
on and
like a
on.
post-coital piss. You just get that one like, beep, beep. You know what I mean? Yeah, I've been there.
God almighty.
Sorry, the split stream. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, exactly. But I let it go for so long that it wasn't post-coital piss anymore. It was like kitchen sink bukkake. Like it would spray me in the face, and
I've seen that movie.
I'd have to.
I played bass in kitchen sink bukkake in 1998 to 2000.
I'd have to doing dishes. I'd have to kind of shield the faucet with like one hand, and I was just like,
I just picture you like not in the eye.
But you would think like day one of that, you'd be like, time to get that new faucet. No, I was like, for whatever reason, I was just like, whatever. I don't know, just being depressed or something. I just like was living with it for quite a while.
Just picturing Andrew lying in bed and there's a single drip just hitting his forehead like every day.
Yeah.
It's like month 6.
Yeah. So finally, thanks to this challenge, it was time to get a new faucet. So again, I would have much rather have outsourced this kind of thing to somebody else, but
yeah, this is a real man task.
But here was the big problem. It's no secret that I live in a spidery ass house. So I open up underneath the kitchen faucet. Of course, there's spider webs all over, but that wasn't all. There was this big ass spider back there in the corner. And I was like, well, I better catch the spider before I get down in there. But it disappeared. It like ran off. I went up to get a glass and it was just gone when I went back down there. And I was like, well, I guess I could like wait till it comes back out. And I was like, no, I only have a window of a few hours to do this. So I had to get under there.
I had to go get a bird because birds eat spiders.
Yeah,
Oh, man,
Then
that'd be
the bird
great.
gets out of control.
Maybe that is
under
what I
your
need in my
sink.
house to fix the spider problem. Just a
Now
real
we got a
fat
cat because
finch.
the bird's
Nothing
flying
will
all
make
everywhere.
you more appealing than being a bird guy. Everybody
Do it.
loves
Do
bird
it.
people.
Do it. Be a bird guy.
Yeah.
Also, wow, a bird with these huskies. It's a cool life for that bird just to kind of spend its entire life in mortal terror. So I got under the sink. My headlamp chose this exact day to stop working. So I had to hold a flashlight in my mouth. So I looked like I was fucking defusing a
forensic
bomb or
psychologist.
something. Yeah.
It's been a
psychologist,
busy-
really?
It's been a busy
something. I thought I had something,
caving.
but it wasn't there.
You've done a lot more caving this summer than you normally would, spelunking and whatnot. Why do you have a headlamp? God, you're an asshole.
What?
you have
It's just a
this
handy thing. You go
gadgetry.
camping and shit. A headlamp is a very handy thing to have in general.
Flashlight.
Walk my dogs at
You
night.
know what I mean?
I got 2 dogs. I got a dog in each hand. I need a fucking headlamp.
I got a dog in each hand. I need a headlamp. Put that on the tombstone.
Yeah. Headlamps are great, but fuck this Black Diamond headlamp. I'll give this a promotional spot.
Put
Just
them on
quit.
blast.
No reason. All of a sudden. Anyway, so yeah, I was under there. It took forever, and it sucked a lot.
So you pulled out all the piping underneath the sink.
Yeah, there's just 2 supply lines. You just turn off the. I had done my bathroom sink last year, so I was vaguely familiar with it. But yeah, you turn off the water lines, you undo the supply lines, then you unfasten all the shit that connects it to the counter.
So
cleaned
you
it off
found
real
out
nice.
what caused it, which is all those wet wipes that you've been putting down into your drains. And I knew it.
No, I don't put
Or
wet
your
wipes into my
tampons?
drains.
You putting tampons down in the drains again?
Are you putting tampons down your kitchen
I
sink
stopped.
again?
I told you I was doing it for fun. No, the sink, it was spraying out of the kitchen. Do you all know how sinks even work? Do you know how
I'm a renter,
We're stand-up comedians,
asshole.
Andrew. We have no idea how sinks work.
You think putting tampons down the drain is making my sink nozzle spray me in the face?
I don't know how a sink
All
works.
right.
I'm capable of aggressively making fun of the guy who fixes my sink. That's as close to plumbing as I get.
That's part of the deal. Whenever Ben or I hire a handyman, we're just going to mock them the whole
You just
time.
roast them up. Yeah.
He's showing their skills, and we're showing ours.
And they
We do
appreciate
what
it.
we
Everyone
do.
likes a good roast, and at the end, yeah, you high five. It took me a few hours, but I did it first try. No leaks, no problems. And the new one, oh boy, so superior to the old one. I love it. And
Let
now
me
I'm
ask
like,
you, though, now
I'll just
that
use
you
the sink for just to just to see it in action.
Now,
I'll be
let me
like,
ask you, now that you're done, is there a part of you that still misses the sink spraying you in the face?
not even a tiny bit. It
Oh,
sucked so
wow.
bad.
Wow.
And it was like I'd stand there, my shirt would be all wet. I'd have like wet hair. I'd be like, "Why am I living? Why am I living like this?
know,
Is a
dude.
crazy way to live."
Yeah.
It's so true. You'll like let these things go on forever, and then you fix them, and you're like, my God, this is so luxurious. Like our doors in our house, none of them really shut well. It's an old house. I don't know if it had swelled over the years from a swamp cooler, but we have a baby now, so we're like trying to quietly shut doors when they're asleep, and it's like click, 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 like baby wakes up. So eventually I broke and just hired a guy to come, like he took the doors off, he sanded them, and now all of our doors just like shut perfectly. And it's like, wow, welcome to the Taj Mahal with all these working
Do you know how many
fucking
times, like
doors.
during the evening, it's nice out, and I'm like, I'm gonna go in the backyard and eat my mouth. Never mind, I'll just sit inside in my room. Like I just,
Yeah.
rather than going out and just because like I said, my roommate is generally on top of it, but like she's been crazy busy right now because of her job, and she like works in a very noble profession. So I'm like,
Samurai?
yes, she is a full shogun.
Worth a shot. Worth a shot.
She's wondering Shogun?
Yeah, no, she works for the Girls Inc., a nonprofit that
Oh, yeah, Girls Inc. rules.
yeah, and so she does all kinds of great shit for people, and I'm like home from telling dick jokes and jumping on people's heads, and I'm like, no, I don't have the time. I'm tired. So it was good that to contribute and to do that because I know we both want to use it. We have a little mini fire pit, which I've wanted to just throw a couple logs on the fire and just sit back there, maybe eat a couple edibles and reminisce about when we were like famous. You know, I
Invite
do
me
that.
over. Andrew,
Yeah.
you bring a couple of glasses of water from that nifty new sink.
Oh, boy.
And I'll and we
You
can
bring
all
a
break
couple
up some bricks into
bricks.
small little
Dude.
pieces for my home project.
This is so
Juicy.
sexual. I like this idea. This is a sexy.
So now that we've tasted a bit of home improvement, is this something that you think you would continue doing?
Not at all. I'll go first. Nope. I think it'll probably overgrow. We've talked about putting down gravel just to fucking get rid of it. But then I watched this documentary on the desertification of the world
God,
and
Jesus.
soil and how precious topsoil is right now. So I think I don't want to, but I think I'll try to do my best to like keep up on it. I actually, all joking aside, I did enjoy it. And as far as if it makes the world a better place, I think it put me in a better mood, which, you know, we affect everybody around us. And it's nice to be able to go sit back there and eat a meal outdoors. It's been beautiful during the evenings here in Colorado lately. So, yeah, the smoke is cleared. And so it's nice being outside. So I'll definitely do it again. And I think it's a good thing to do for de-stressing. What about you guys?
Yeah, totally. I mean, this is kind of something I do anyway, but I think it gave me the ambition to be like, take on one of those tasks that you would hire somebody for yourself. Because, you know, as a homeowner, you're like, you look at projects and like, how badly could I fuck this up versus could I maybe pull this off? And so I think
Let me ask you, Adam, with yours, did it scratch some amount of a creative itch in you too? It's kind of a creative.
The puzzle thing was fun, and I think it just looks cool. It's like bricks on their side, bricks stacked this
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
It felt like an art project more than a home improvement
Exactly.
project.
I kind of got that feeling working in the art. Like I was like, oh, I can like put plants. I can see some flowering plants here and here, you know, like that kind of a thing.
Well, listen, we should do a whole proper gardening challenge because I'm into that shit. And
Oh,
let me
let's
tell you guys,
garden.
the cucumbers are coming in really nice right now. It's
We should
kook
garden.
season. It's
That'd
kook
be a
season
good
in
one
my garden.
in the spring as things to plant the garden, and we could track long term how our gardens are doing. We should
Oh,
do
I
that.
can't. I have
do
so
it
many
already. I love it.
I have so many rabbits. It's pointless for me.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Andrew!
my
Of course you do. Tell us about your spider
breeding
wasps nests, the birds, the rabbits. How do you, Andrew? How did
I
you
would
feel?
continue. I would continue doing this challenge only because, once you do it, it is satisfying to be like, oh yeah, I replaced a faucet. I wouldn't have thought that I could do something like this. Replacing a faucet or drain, things like that, like kind of the more basic plumbing things. You can find tutorials online and
Yeah, you
just
can
give it a
YouTube the
go.
shit out of anything.
If you really screw it up, then call somebody. At least you tried.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
I feel like we've probably lost about half of any blue collar audience we had at this point who are
Yeah.
just spitting in disgust at our ineptitude. But I do have to ask, Andrew, you introduced a gun in the first act in the form of the disappearing spider. Did you ever find the spider?
It never showed up. It never showed up. Thank God. I would have killed it with extreme prejudice if it had crawled on me while I was under that fucking sink.
Laid it out in the driveway with the dandelions. To
Yeah,
learn a
totally.
lesson?
Just cripple it.
I always think I'm like, I'm fine with insects. They don't really bother me. When I was out with their heads on top of their, I guess, the tow behind where all the equipment is in, there was a praying mantis that was about the size of a hot dog bun that jumped onto my fucking head. And
Whoa.
I lost my
Whoa.
fucking, it had fucking weight. It had fucking girth. It made a fucking sound. And I lost my fucking mind. Like I ran in a circle right in the middle of Chapel Hill, running in the middle of a road. Like, yeah, what the fuck is on me? And they're like,
Please tell me there's video of this.
no.
This.
Dude.
Oh
my
God.
But they all saw it and they were like, it's huge. That fucking bug is huge. So
Wow.
if a spider lands on me, you're gonna fucking die.
Shit, that's amazing.
Yeah, it
Wow.
was bad. But what a good challenge. I like this one. I think that this is a very simple thing that people can do. And honestly, what it turned into for a challenge was doing things that we would normally have other people do for us, like just doing it on your own gives you a good sense. And I find it was momentum based. As soon as I started going, I was like, oh, I could do this and this and this. So just starting the ball rolling often will, with anything. I know it's like that with writing. It's like that with any other task that can be a bit much. So this is a good challenge, party animals. All right. Good freaking challenge. Why don't we do this? Why don't we listen to some live stand-up comedy real quick? And why don't we go to a blue-collar part of this country? Why don't we go to Indiana, huh? But
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Let's go to Indiana. This comic, so funny, out of Bloomington. He's actually going to be here for the High Plains Comedy Festival, right?
Yes, he will be here. Yes, September 16th through 18th, High Plains Comedy Festival.
And it's a very funny dude. Everybody enjoy Matt Alano Martin. And when we come back, we will tease the next episode's challenge. There's more show to come. Stay tuned.
Yes, it's good to be here. I am visiting from the Midwest, and I had a very weird thing happen to me. Okay, cool. Thanks for coming. Any other geographic areas need representation? Minnesota? No, God, I've only got 8 minutes. Let's not get into this. Hey, America! All right, cool. We got it covered. I had a very weird thing happen. Not quite as weird as that, but pretty close. Right before I left home to come on this trip, I got profiled at Home Depot. Yeah, this old man just rolled up on me and goes, "So, what kind of shed are you building?" Two important pieces of information you need to know. Number one, I had just walked in the store. I had no cart, no shed building materials. And two, he nailed it. I am building a shed. I was like, God damn it, Home Depot Nostradamus, how did you know? It's like, I see that beard. You're about ready to write your manifesto. Gonna need a shed, So that's what I found, is apparently I have resting shed face. How are you all doing? Are you good? When I grew my beard out this time, it came in entirely white because of the last few years of America, right? It's been a little stressful, I will tell you, I am a liberal, but it's not my fault. I went to college and they got me. Those college professors brainwashed me with logic and empathy. What was I gonna do?
We're back. That was a fun challenge. I really did enjoy rolling up my sleeves, recognizing that I could in fact do things, and stacking bricks in a very artistic fashion. Andrew, thank you for bringing this challenge to the table. Appreciate it, dude.
Anytime. I've been loving my new kitchen faucet. Any excuse I have to get water out of that baby, I'm taking it.
Yeah, I was going to say, you look a lot more hydrated right now.
Thank you. Yeah, I've just been sitting in there. You bathe the baby in the sink? You can do that as an adult, too. Just hop in.
I don't know if you got a tiny ass or a big sink, but I like it either way.
It's kind of both. It's a little of both.
Okay, little column A, little column B.
Yeah.
If you've done any home improvement challenges recently or this episode inspired you to do so, let us know. Send us pics. If you hammered a nail right through your palm and had to go to the hospital, we want to hear the story. We want to know all about it.
Especially send us those pics. We are not liable. Fine print. The Grolix Saves the World is not liable for any nails to the hands or any other injuries you may have suffered during this podcast.
Yeah. Grolix Saves the World Global Core is not affiliated with anyone who may have hurt you at any point.
Yeah, that's even better. Emotionally, physically, whatever.
Emotionally, physically, we are not on the line for this shit. Now, listen, you're probably like, hey, where's Ben? It's been a while. I got to tell you, he's not here yet again for the outro credits. Second episode in a row, Ben Roy has decided the outro credits are not worth his time.
Yeah, it's like the closing shift in a restaurant. This fucker just ducks out right before it's time to mop the floors and take care of tomorrow's prep work. That guy's not around.
And if you're saying, well, this is not really cool, Ben's sort of dropping the ball, Ben doesn't care about this podcast enough to close down the episode with me, you're right. We agree, and let him hear it. And that's all I'm going to say on that matter.
Yeah, we're going to have a Grolix challenge where Ben does a full episode. God damn.
I was texting Ben. I was like, do you think we can book Ben as a guest some episode?
Adam, do you have any plugs? Anything?
Andrew, I have the greatest plug perhaps of all time. It's for this month's Grolix. And without hyperbole, I think this might be the best lineup we have ever had at a Grolix. And that's really saying something.
I am inclined to agree. We had an amazing lineup last month's Grolix, and I was like, I don't know if we could top this one.
We topped it. Last month's Grolix, people are saying it's dog shit compared to what we're bringing this month.
Wow.
And I know that affects you personally, and I'm sorry, but it's what people are saying. We got the most incredible guests. We have Kate McLaughlin's on the show. Janae Burris is on the show.
Finally.
Mike Malloy is on the show. Fucking Shane Torres just hit me up. It's like, let me get on the show.
Done.
Chris Fairbanks is our headliner.
One of our
and we have
favorites.
an extra secret special guest whose name rhymes with Kurt Kransnoller. And you don't want to miss this one, you guys. Tickets are on sale now. Saturday, 8 p.m. at the Bug Theater. It's a ridiculous fucking lineup. I'm so excited for this show. We hope to see you guys all there.
We have a Patreon. If you want to support us on Patreon, you can get ad-free episodes. We put bonus photos of photos of our home improvement stuff. You want to see my new faucet, the before and after, the very sexy before and after photos? That's going to be on there. That's going to be on.
Yo, you want to
this
see me
month's
stacking
Patreon.
bricks? You got to get on that Patreon. I don't give that away.
Woo! Yeah. Hot stuff. But we also have cool stuff like we have a pod within a pod, like Boy Crazy on there. There's a lot of fun stuff. Also, you can get a personal message from Ben, which is something that Adam and I haven't received in quite a while.
Haven't gotten one of those in about a year and a half.
So join the Patreon. You can hear from Ben more than we do, which is cool. We also have some Patreon birthday shout outs to toss out here. Some of these are overdue, and we apologize. They slipped through the sands of time, and much like the haggard parents we are, we blew it.
We'll remember your birthday double next year, kiddo. Promise.
Totally.
I was thinking it'd be fun for this birthday shout out to just guess the heights of all the people whose birthdays it is.
I love it. Classic Carney gag.
A Carney birthday celebration.
Welcome to Lakeside.
Okay, first one out the gates. We got Rob Abrahamson. I'm going to say Rob Abramson, July 7th. Happy birthday. Andrew, how tall do you think Rob is?
Every Rob I've known is a pretty tall guy. I'm going to guess 6'3".
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Congrats to you, Rob. Colin Madden, 722. Happy birthday to you. I'm getting, Colin feels like a dude I can be friends with. Very normal height, 5'9", 5'10".
We know Colin. Colin is the drummer for Native Daughters, which is an excellent band. And I also played Dungeons & Dragons with him. I think Colin is my height.
Oh, wow, okay.
At least he seems like he's my height. I guess he's 5'7". I'm going to guess 5'7".
5'7". Okay, great.
And I apologize, Colin. I apologize if you're taller.
Megan Cross, August. I'm getting 4'1". She is 4'1". Megan Cross is a very tiny person. 4-1. Happy birthday, Megan Cross.
I'm 4-1. 4-1 is
4-1.
so short.
I know. But she wears it well. She owns all 4'1" of it.
I'm going 5'2". 5'2".
All right. Well, agree to disagree on that one. Jeff Lightfoot, happy birthday, August 10th. You apparently met Ben Roy in Asbury Park, and if you hear from him again, tell him we miss him, and we'd love to hear from him at any time.
Yeah, if you run into Ben roaming around Asbury Park, let him know he's got a job to do.
Tell him to phone home a little bit and do some work. Jeff Lightfoot, I'm getting 7'2". 7'2" is in the NBA. 7'2" Jeff Lightfoot.
I mean, it's right there in the name, Lightfoot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no pushback from me on that one. And last but not least, we've got Eric Murphy, birthday coming up here at the end of the month on August 30th, and his wife, whose birthday is the next day. Do you think they got married for that? They were like, hey, we've got the same birthday weekend. Let's get married. Or do you think it's a coincidence?
Well, Eric decided to tell us that his wife's birthday was the next day, which was nice. Didn't give us the name of his wife, making one wonder, is she real?
That's true. He invented a fictional wife and was like, oh, yeah, we've almost got the same birthday, but then forgot the name.
Right.
And as we all know, liars are always under 5 feet.
Yeah.
No, I'm
So
guessing
Eric's 4'9".
5 feet even.
5 feet even for Eric, 6 feet even for his fictional wife. She's a full foot taller than Eric. And that's it for the birthdays. Hope everyone enjoyed your carnival birthday wishes.
Happy birthday, everyone. Thanks for supporting us on Patreon. Amazing. And if you would like to support us, check it out. Patreon.com/GrolixSaves. And if you're listening for the first time, smash that subscribe button. Do it.
Smosh it.
Yep, you can. I feel like that's like an early 90s like Nerf toy, the Smosh. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, they had to take it back. Dogs were eating it and getting poisoned.
yeah, it was just completely blocking up their gastrointestinal system. Brutal. So many Smosh deaths. You can find us anywhere.
Very toxic to dogs.
Like podcasts. I'm just trying to get through this.
Sorry.
You can leave us reviews. That's always great. But also spread the word to your friends that like funny stuff and funny podcasts. Then you can check us out on socials at Grawlix Comedy. We have some cool new merch coming along, and the first place you can hear about that is on our social media.
And speaking of reviews, Andrew, I was listening to our good friend Rory Scovel and Daniel Van Kirk's podcast, Pen Pals, and they do a very, very cool thing on there that I thought, hey, why not steal it? Which is that they'll read a review from a listener to encourage people to review more and to write us, because maybe we'll read one on the air. And I thought, we're taking that idea, and we will not give them credit. So we thought of it on our own, and Rory and Daniel didn't inspire it one bit.
Yeah. No one has a patent on reading reviews.
I would like to share a review from LAH202. Gave us a 5-star review. Very kind. Thank you very much. And they wrote, I listen to a few comedy podcasts, but rarely any that are literally laugh out loud funny like this one. Hey, thank you very much. It's delightfully ridiculous, and I learned stuff too. Now my husband's into it too because he kept asking me what I was laughing at. Thanks for the little slice of joy during a global pandemic and a rough work year. Man, you read a review like that and you're like, we're doing some good. This is really one of those that makes your day better. Thank you so much for the review, LAH202. We appreciate it, and we're glad you appreciate us.
It makes it all worthwhile.
And thanks, as always, to our producer, Ron Tooltime Doyle. And our theme music is provided by the handy and handsy Charlie Continental. Now, Andrew, we got to get into next episode's challenge. You know what we're doing?
Let's just think of something since Ben isn't here. Let's just... we shoot Ben out of a cannon.
Thought of something better because this next challenge just fell into our lap. I got contacted by the one, the only Sam Talent, who said, let me come onto your podcast and issue you guys a comedy challenge. I said, Sam, it's a fucking date. So we're going to have Sam T on, who's going to issue us a comedy challenge, and you're not going to want to miss that one.
Hell yes. Well, in the meantime, thanks for listening. We'll see you next episode. And I guess play us out, Charlie.
I'm starting to miss Ben. I'm starting to miss him.